My name is Aaron LeBauer. I'm with LeBauer Consulting, and um, today's masterclass is on Facebook advertising. Everyone asks about Facebook advertising. Everyone wants to advertise. Everyone wants to get new patients. A lot of people think they need to get new patients even when that's not the problem. However, what we're going to do today is go over how to get new patients using Facebook. And so what we're going to talk about are the mistakes to avoid and exactly what you need to know so that you can get new patients from Facebook. The number one thing we need to know is, what is your goal with advertising? What is your goal using Facebook? Is it to get new patients? Or is it to get more customers? So like maybe for your online wellness programs, can we get more customers in the door, more people to buy something? Or new leads. So, hey, let's just use Facebook. We don't want to sell anything. We just use some advertising to get new leads, to get more people on my email list, get more people in one of my groups. Is it to sell products? So you might have a product that sells really well, a course, a book, a device, something like that. You need to know your goal. So what is your goal? And it can also be to build community. We can use Facebook advertising for a lot of different things, a lot of ways, and it can be from selling things to just engaging patients, to getting them warm so that they know you and like you and trust you, and then they'll be willing to buy from you later. There are two main strategies when using advertising, and there's a third strategy in here for even Facebook, but advertising. It's number one strategy is to build an audience. By building an audience, and there's a lot of ways you can build an audience, but what you're doing is you're helping convert cold traffic to warm traffic. So cold traffic are people that don't know anything about you. People have never seen you. They've never heard of you. They might not even know what physical therapy is or physical therapy means, or they might only think physical therapy is leg lifts, hot packs, and ultrasound. Warm traffic are people that have heard of you, that have seen you before, anywhere from one impression to from driving by your clinic, or their friend mentions you on Facebook, to they've already bought something from you. But if they've already bought something from you, they're closer to hot. So they've downloaded your free ebook. They're in your free Facebook group. They've commented on one of your posts. They've liked your posts, etc. That's warm traffic. Warm traffic is people that are closer to buying from you. The other strategy you want is not just, is not just building an audience, but it's taking action. So this is like, I want someone to buy from me. I want someone to enroll in my program, to become a patient. I want them to book an appointment. And what you might see sometimes is going to other people's, let's say like their practice's website. So I see this a lot I've seen this recently, a lot of massage therapy websites, physical therapy websites, because Facebook has this button at the top of not the website, at their business Facebook page. Facebook has this button, and it's an action button. And a lot of people have it set to book appointment or book now. I think it says book now. And when someone is cold traffic and they come and they see book now, there's no way in hell they're going to book now. Like, I wouldn't book now. The problem with book now is that you're asking cold traffic to take action, like really strong action. And what you want is for them to learn more, or to watch a video, or do something to get them warm to you. So taking action is best for a warm audience. So that's like, warm audience is probably what you were before you took action to get into this group, to get into my mastermind program, the CashPT blueprint, or the inner circle. You were warm before you took action to get there. When you had never heard of me, if I asked you to take action right now, maybe one or two of you would have done that, but a very small percentage of people would do that. And if I'm paying for that, I'm going to be spending a lot more money. Cold traffic is really hard to convert. And so taking action is another strategy, but it's best for a warm audience. So that might not be your very first Facebook ad unless you have a warm audience to advertise to. And The bonus strategy is to build awareness. And this also creates a warm audience. And this is different than building an audience. So building an audience, number one is going to be Facebook ads to get people to a blog post or into a group, or to like a page, not a groups. Groups aren't warm audiences, where they are, but they're not for Facebook ads. So build audiences to get people to like a page, like CrossFitters of North Carolina, to get them to see my website where I can pixel them and get them, read a blog post. To build awareness, and so is a little bit different, but it's about creating multiple impressions for people so that they get warmer. And that might be hard to understand now. But the main two are, we want to create warm traffic, and then we want to have people take an action. Those are the main two strategies that we're going to use. So before you start using Facebook ads, this is what you need to have or need to know. Do not spend money on a Facebook ad if you don't know who your perfect patient is. If you haven't written out who your perfect patient is, who your avatar is, don't start using Facebook ads, because you won't know who to advertise to. If you don't have a Facebook pixel installed on your website or blog, don't start advertising on Facebook. The other thing you'll need is an approved Facebook ad image. So the images that you can use in a Facebook ad can only have a certain amount of text on them. It has to be like less than 20% text. It can't have certain things on it. So you can't just use any old picture with words on it. You need to have an offer. So you need to have an offer, whether you're building an audience or asking people to take action. People need to know exactly what you want them to do. Is it like this page, have back pain, like this page? The page is, people with herniated discs in North Carolina, or, people who no longer have who healed their back pain, North Carolina. I mean, I'm just making those up, but you want people to like that page, or you want people to download the free ebook, or, click here to learn more about how we can help you, or click here to inquire. You have to have an offer. You got to know what you want people to do. You need to have a destination link. So you need to have a link or a place for people to go. So that destination is where people go after they click the button. When they decide to take action, they click the button. Where do they go? Do they go to your blog post? Do they go to your Facebook page? If you're doing a Facebook page, do they go to your contact form? And then if they're going to fit, do they go to the landing page for your ebook that says, your ad says, get my ebook, and they click the link and they go to a page that pops up and says, hey, enter your name and email and get the ebook. That's a destination. You gotta have the link to that. That's the destination. After they take action on that next page, you need to have a thank you page. And we could do a whole 1 hour on the best kind of thank you page. But a lot of times what you want on a thank you page is, hey, thank you very much for downloading the book. Your download will be in your email in a moment. While you wait, because this email won't be in your email until for like 5 to 10 minutes. And if you can't find it, look in your junk, trash, or spam. While you wait, check out the stories of all the people we've helped just like you. So if it's a back pain ebook, you put this thank you message, and below you can put a bunch of testimonials from people with back pain. Or if you're selling an online program, or you can have your free link, and then you can create a little upsell on that thank you page. So after the destination link, once you have that, it doesn't have to be that complicated, but you need to have a thank you page. But a lot of systems will have thank you pages already created. So like ActiveCampaign has a default thank you page. It's very simple though. It says, thank you very much. Check your email. And most importantly, before you start using ads, whether it's Facebook or magazine, you need to have a follow-up system in place. You need to have a system of following up with everyone that inquires, or that clicks your link, or that calls you, or downloads your ebook. You need to have a system. You need to know what you're going to say and what you're going to offer them. If you don't have that, stop, go create that first, and then come back. and look at how are we going to advertise and market the follow-up system. The follow-up system is by far the most important piece of this. So when you create one in email, you don't have to recreate it. You just kind of type out your emails and it's automated. But there are times where you want people to call you on the phone, to call for for the free offer, and you need to have a script of what you're going to say in that first email and in that first telephone conversation, and maybe even a script for how to follow up with people if they don't convert at that point. And there's a scripts, and it's like day 1, day 5, week 2. It's like, let me call you and check into you. So we go over follow-up systems in other master classes. We've gone over the perfect patient in the CashPT blueprint. And some of these other pieces are some technical things that you need to have, and we'll go over some of them today by the end of the webinar. I'll show you about pixels, and I'll show you some Facebook ads and how to make sure that they're approved. Okay, I'll show you where to put your destination links. So before you spend money on ads, you need a back-end strategy, you need a pixel on your website, you need a tracking system, and you should have a method of split testing. You don't have to have a method of split testing, but if you're going to spend money, you should have a way of split testing different parts of your ad, your image, your offer, etc., so that you can work out which one costs you the least amount of money for the largest return. So you have the largest return on your investment, because advertising is an investment in your practice that doesn't always come back to you within the first 30 days. So one of the other, probably mistake number 3 people make when advertising on Facebook, if they haven't made the first 2 already, is only advertising for 2 or 3 weeks. This can take months to get right. It can take months to find your target audience, to find an audience that responds well to your ad, or to find the ad that your audience responds well to. So there's lots of variables, and we can control for some of them. And if we're not controlling for any of them, then it's almost like we're wasting money, or we're shooting in the dark and hoping we hit something. So don't do this. And I'll get past the negative pieces in a moment, but don't do this. Don't just boost posts because it's Facebook prompts you to, because maybe it only costs $15. What are you doing? Like, there's no strategy there in boosting posts. Don't dump money into ads without proving they work. And what that means is we're going to start with a small budget. Don't increase your budget until you can see that your ads work. When your ads work, when they pay for themselves or more, because if we can track who's seen us from Facebook, how many visits have they come in, how much money have they spent? Okay, we can tell they came from the Facebook ads we were running, and we only spent $800 on Facebook ads, but we've had 5 patients come in at $1,000 a piece, and so we spent $800 and we got $5,000. Okay, the Facebook ad works. So now let's put more money into the Facebook ad, because when you increase the amount of money you put into the Facebook ad, it increases the number of people that see it. And don't do it without a back-end strategy or follow-up system. So when we're looking at advertising on Facebook, you can get the best return on your investment using advertising on Facebook, because we're talking, there's a minimum of $5 a day that you have to spend, but you should plan on at least $300 a month for about 3 months. Now, that's about the same as $250. So some of the cheapest magazine and newspaper ads are about $250. I think like $250 a month I've seen, but like the local newspaper here is $250 a week. It's every week, so that's $1,000 a month to put an ad in the newspaper. The local health magazine I spent money on that didn't get any back because I was missing some of this stuff as well, was $250 a month. But I didn't have a good follow-up strategy. I had a terrible call to action. I didn't have, my ad didn't speak to people. It didn't really tell people what to do. There was a lot of things that I would do different, because I didn't have that stuff when I started, and Facebook wasn't around. So the other thing with Facebook is you can hyper-target your audience. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But you can say, like when you advertise in a magazine or a newspaper, you're relying on their audience. With Facebook, you can say, okay, women who make more than $80,000 between the ages of 40 and 55, who, took some other action within the last 2 months. I mean, you can really get specific. It's pretty amazing. So back-end strategy. This is lead generation, okay? Because this is creating the warm audience. Like, this is the back-end strategy. So that's lead generation. That's my ebook, okay? The ebook plus the follow-up sequence. Now, the follow-up email sequence really only needs to be 1 email minimum, but you should have 5. And if you're in my program, if you're in the CashPT Blueprint, you have access to my back pain ebook and the whole follow-up sequence that I have right now, which is like 30-something emails. That's there for you. If you don't have that, or you don't have access to that, you create your ebook and you create a thank you message and a follow-up message. And just leave it at that for now, because what you're doing is we're using the Facebook ad, or we're using this ebook as an excuse to be able to contact people. So we want to be able to get their name and email and even phone number. So I require people to also give me their phone number, which means I'll have less opt-ins, but they're higher quality. And that gives me the ability to call them on the phone and follow up with them. So there's back-end strategy. You got to have the lead generation to create the warm audience, to create warm leads, to create awareness, to create the audience piece, and then to create for someone to take action and book an appointment. Or really, we're not asking them to book. We're still asking them to take action. We need to have an inquire form or contact form. Most of you probably already have a contact form on your website, and that would be the destination link for the ad. However, what you want to do is create like a duplicate of the current one you have and create a brand new one just for Facebook ads, because that'll allow you to track it better. And then you can create a custom message at the top that's not just contact us, but it's like something a little bit different, like, why are you contacting us? We can ask them to give us other information. If you've seen my inquire form on my website lately, I asked for, what's happened, what's going on, what service are they looking for, and a whole bunch of other things. So that's part of the back-end strategy, because lead generation back-end strategy is getting people to download a free ebook or watch a free video. The other piece on it, or the other piece that's not on this as a back-end strategy, is getting them to like my Facebook page. We can do a strategy to just like the Facebook page, because that becomes an audience. But that's just one more layer to this whole thing. So pixels. Pixel, most people are like, what's a pixel? I don't know what a pixel is. Have you guys heard of cookies? Do you guys know, you guys know what cookies are on your computer? Not like chocolate chip cookies. But a pixel is basically a cookie that we put on our web. So this is how we do it. So the pixel creates the cookie. Pixel's like Martha Stewart. She bakes the cookies. And how did Martha Stewart get into the kitchen? Well, someone had to invite her there. So what we have to do is we have to go to a Facebook ad manager and get our own unique pixel and put it on our website. Now, it sounds kind of complicated. If you've had, it's fairly easy. It's a cut and paste kind of thing, but you have to put it in the correct place. Facebook gives you the instructions, but if you've had someone else create your website for you, Facebook, I even think, creates it so that you can email the pixel to the webmaster and they'll do it for you. It should be pretty simple. But if you're thinking about doing Facebook advertising, you need to get the Facebook pixel on your website ASAP. Because even if you're not advertising right now, it starts to track people who visit your website, and it'll hold people in there for, I think, up to 180 days. So even if you're not going to advertise right now and you've got some of these other things to get, you got to figure out your back-end strategy, your free offer, you got to do some of this other stuff. You want to start pixeling people right now so that when you're ready in March, you have, 4 months, 5 months worth of people who've been on your website who are now warm that you can start advertising to, because they'll more likely take action, or they're more likely download your ebook, or they'll become warmer on as your audience, as an audience member. Joshua asked, are there things in the CashPT blueprint about the follow-up system? Yes, there are. Yeah, the CashPT blueprint goes over my whole follow-up system, and it teaches you how to create an ebook and create email sequences. And as I said, the email sequences that I use are in there for you to use. If you use ActiveCampaign, you can pretty much import it right into ActiveCampaign. Otherwise, I have a Word document in there where you can download it, create your own emails based off the ones that I provide, and then load it into your system. Oh, ActiveCampaign is a email marketing software service. So it's kind of like Constant Contact, MailChimp. It's what allows me to send an email to someone automatically when they sign up for my ebook or my free video or become a customer. And then it will send people automated emails over the course of time based on how many days they've been a member or what tags I assign them or actions they take, in the emails or on my website, etc. It's really powerful stuff. I have a training video in the blueprint about that as well. Okay, so a tracking system. How are we going to track where people come from so that we know that the new patients in our clinic or the new subscribers or the new customers are actually going through our Facebook ad? There's a couple ways to do it. There's one way that I don't have on this slide because it's more for online sales. And Facebook will track that for you a little bit. It's another pixel and you assign a value to it. But when we're looking for new patients, we can't pixel patients when they walk in the door. Patients aren't, at least not yet. If you've seen Minority Report, when we get to those days, that'll probably happen. But what we can do is use a unique form on ActiveCampaign is what I do. So ActiveCampaign allows me to also create forms that people can fill out to be subscribed to my email list. And what I do is people go from the Facebook ad to the landing page on lead pages to ActiveCampaign. And when I create this unique form, like you can do this with Infusionsoft, you can do it, I think you can do it with Aweber, and I know that there might be a couple other programs that do this, but when people use that form only. So I have a unique form. It's the back pain ebook Facebook advertising is the name of it. It looks just like my back pain ebook form, but it says Facebook advertising. So it's a second form. I create a duplicate with a new name. I can assign that everyone who fills out that form gets a specific tag, which is a notation on their account that says Facebook lead. So that when I look at a new patient in ActiveCampaign, it's my CRM, my customer resource management tool, I think that's what it's called. I can see that they came through the Facebook ad. Now, I might also see someone, came through the Facebook ad well after they became a patient, but maybe they became a patient a second time. So I can see who's been clicking through that ad and filling out that form. I can't see everyone who's clicked through the ad, but I can see people who have come in and used that form and become patients, and I can look and say, okay, so-and-so used the form, and I've seen them for 12 visits. That's 12 times 150. Okay, so what is that like? I don't know, whatever. There's a couple thousand, $1,000 or more. It's definitely more, like $1,500, $1,700. Okay, great. I look back and say, okay, well, in July, I spent $300 on Facebook ads in July, and I only had this one new patient. Well, $300 plus, minus one new patient is, negative, 12 or $1,300. So I made $1,300 on that one new patient because of the Facebook advertising, which is a pretty good return on investment because that's one new patient I wouldn't have had otherwise. Okay, so that's how I use ActiveCampaign to do it. I have it set a unique tag. It's called Facebook Leads. If you're using an advanced strategy, you can get a Bitly account and create unique Bitly links for each Facebook ad, and you can track how many people are clicking through, and that'll help you click through. If you're like, I don't know what you're saying, don't worry about it. It's unnecessary. It's just like, next level. It's kind of like yoga class, okay? There's multiple levels of people watching this video, so this is the advanced tip, is use Bitly to cloak your destination links, because Facebook doesn't give you all the traffic information, and then you can see who's going to which link. Split testing. Like I said, this is important, and there's a couple places to split test. So if you are sending people to an ad, you can send them directly to the active campaign form, which is great, but they'll only land on that form. It's not the prettiest form. It will work for now, but I recommend using something like Lead Pages or ClickFunnels, where you send people to a unique landing page, and you can set up for split testing. So you create one or more variations of the same page. So that might be a variation in the picture, or the call to action, or the words on the button, or the headline. So one might say, download your free ebook now. The other might say, download my free ebook now. Or one might say, they both might say, download your free ebook on back pain. And one of them has a picture of a man with back pain. The other has a picture of a woman running down the street, like feeling good. And you can see which one of those images converts better. And then you start using that image, and then you say, okay, this image works better. Let's split test the headlines with the image, or let's split test, the call to action. There's another way to split test, and that you can split test your audience. So you do that in Facebook Ad Manager. And what you're going to do is you say, okay, I've got an audience of people, and these are the people on my email list, and I'll talk about audiences in a moment, but here's the audience for warm audience, and here's cold audience. And I can set it to 5 miles around my clinic, and women 30 to 55. Okay, I can send women 30 to 55 within 5 miles of my clinic to the same ad as I can send, men 20 to 80, and see which audience converts better. Or send my warm audience, which are people on my email list, and send them to an ad, see if that ad works for them, and see what ad works better for them, or which age group, or etc. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can split test, but you got to start like simple, and we test variation A and variation B. It's just like doing research in PT school. You want to try to control for as much as you can, and you test different variations. And so you can test ad sets, which are, and so some people say, vary the ads, create variations on your ad sets. So an ad set is higher up in the pyramid as the ad creative itself. An ad set just lets you control for the audience, and you create ads with that audience. You go down another level, and you can create variations of your actual ad. But that's not the first place to create variations. The first one would be to figure out where your audience is, and then try different creatives for them. We'll do a screen share in a few minutes, and hopefully that some of this stuff will land. If it's not, okay. So, how do you find and set up your pixel? Oh, this is screen sharing time. Okay, so are you guys getting this? All right, type in yes in the chat box if you're getting this and you're following me. If you're like, whoa, I missed something, let me know so we can go back and cover it in detail, or I can show you when we screen share. Mandy's guilty of just boosting posts. That's okay. No one's gonna, you're not going in the doghouse. All right. Okay, so Jennifer, we're doing screen share right now. Like, you guys probably aren't going to have this. I have Business Manager. What you're going to do is go to your Facebook, and you're going to go over here, and there'll be like you can go to like manage ads. Let's see where this takes me. And so I don't have an ad account anymore. I have to go to Business Manager, but you'll create like your ad account. Okay, so here's my Business Manager. Okay, I just updated this because I've got 2 businesses and a bunch of different pages. So this is my ad account, my LeBauer Physical Therapy ad account. Okay, I will show you. So right now, these are the 3 ads that I'm running. And this is like an ad to a blog post. This is an ad retargeting people who clicked on that ad. And then this goes to my inquire form, which is LeBauer PT. Let's see if it's inquire. There it is. So right now we're just running the inquire form one because we built a big audience, and here it is. It's just this form, and it sends an email to us with what's wrong, and then we call people back, or we call people back and talk to them about what's going on and get them on the phone and get them booked. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do. Let me move this over here, and I'm just going to use this as my note to remember what we're talking about. So how do we get your pixel? All right, we're going to go in over here and your personal accounts, physical therapy, and where's my pixel? Oh, I think they moved it. Add ID, audience location. All right, where did my pixel go? Okay, well, oh, here it is. Audiences, Power Editor Manager, all tools. Here it is. Okay. Pixels. So I'm in the Power Editor. You guys might be in Ads Manager. They'll be over here. You just click on the drop down. What's the difference? Power Editor has more power, more ability to create specific ads. Ad Manager is the most simple. It's usually what you start with. It's what I used for a long time. And so you'll come over here under the drop down, and it should say pixels right there. But so right here, here's the pixels. You go into pixel. Welcome to the new pixels page. Okay. And then custom versions. Here's my pixel. So you can see here's my pixel details. Let's see. Well, there is one easy way to find the pixel. Pixel installation complete. So I've done it. Create custom audience. Share. There it is. The share button. And so I can share the pixel with other people. So here, LeBauer Physical Therapy's pixel. Oh, well, if you don't have one, you're going to go create Facebook pixel. And then you create pixel name, Aaron LeBauer's, let's just put desk pixel. Create Facebook pixel. Okay, and then you create the pixel. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to mess up my thing. Sorry, y'all. There was, how can I go to Ad Manager and do that? My personal account. Where did my pixel go? This is always perfect to see that Facebook updates stuff. All right, pixels. All right, go to Pixel Dashboard to see more details. There we go. So, Facebook's update stuff. You know what they updated this week? They updated group image, settings, diagnostics, view analytics. All right, there's my pixel ID, share. I'll find the right button here in a moment. All right, let's see. Where is it? Activity. All right. That one's not loaded yet. Set up. Did we already click that one? Manually install. There it is. Manually install the code yourself. Okay, here it is. That was what I was looking for. The setup button. It used to be called something different. Use an integration or tag manager. Manually install the code yourself or email to a developer. If you have a website person, you click on that and you add their email address and it'll send your pixel code. You see that? You can even email it to yourself. And then if you want to manually install the code yourself, this is exactly what I was looking for. Copy the entire pixel code. So you find the head tag in your website code or locate the header template. I'll show you that in a moment. And you paste it in there. So here's my code, and I'm going to go to, let's say, Weebly. Oops. Weebly. Okay, I go to edit my site. This is going to be different for everyone. Excuse me. I'll show you where it is in Weebly, and I'll show you where it is in WordPress. So here it is under settings. I go to let's see, header code right here. And as you can see, I already have the Facebook pixel code installed. So I just would click, and then you just kind of paste, and then you paste it in. So I don't need the second one in there. Okay, so that's how you install your pixel code. And then let's see, I'll show you over on bowerptblog.com/WordPress. WordPress, it's slightly different, but very similar. You go to settings. Where does it go? Settings general. And there's just a place to put your code in. Oh, you know what we do here? Oh, it's plugins. You can create a plug. You can get a plugin. So for WordPress, you get a plugin that you can do your pixel code. So let's say here's one, Facebook. Excuse me, y'all. Facebook pixel. So you install one of these guys, it'll put it in there for you, which is probably the easiest way to do it. Or we can go and find the spot. Excuse me. We can go and find the spot where it's in there. It's different for each of these. Each theme in WordPress has a different location. So that's the pixel. Did you guys get that? Okay, you guys get like that there's a little bit of, you know, trial and error with it, but at the same time, what you'll find is that you just need to get your find your pixel code and send it to your developer or copy paste it. And so the easiest way to do it would be, say, go to Google and put install pixel Weebly, install pixel Wix, install pixel WordPress, etc. So here's a great question. Jennifer asks, so do you get a pixel for every ad or your Facebook page? The first thing, well, the answer is yes. However, what you do is you start with your one pixel, like this basic pixel that we just found right in here. Okay, you start with this thing and you put that on all of your websites, any landing pages. So if you use lead pages or ClickFunnels or something else, you put that on the landing pages. What that does is that just tells you that a person visited that website. Later on, you can go and create an audience in Facebook that says, hey, everyone that visited this website in the last 30 days or 60 days or 6 months, create an audience out of them. So just get this pixel and put it on every one of your website or blog pages. And you don't have to go to every page to do it. You just have to go to the main settings of your blog or your website and put the Facebook pixel code on there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to, you can go to Chrome and you do Chrome Facebook Pixel Helper, okay? And you download this for Chrome. You download this extension. I've already added it, and I'll show you what it is. And so when we go to let's say LeBauer PT, okay, you'll see right here, okay, it comes up with a number and it's got my Facebook pixel on it. Okay, ignore these ones down here. This is like advanced stuff, but it's got my Facebook pixel. So I do have an error on there somewhere, but it doesn't really matter because here's my Facebook pixel, this page view one. Okay, and this is all you want is just page view. And it'll tell you, If you have for advanced users, if you have a thank you page for a $37 product, the thank you page on the $37 product should say purchase pixel instead of page view. And that's how you track money on Facebook. All right, so Britt asked, for a beginner, what do you recommend for your first website, Weebly or WordPress? I recommend Weebly over WordPress for your first website, definitely. And if you're interested in creating a Weebly website, that's what I've used. And my friend Christine, I'd be happy to share. Christine Walker just has been helping people create really awesome websites using Weebly, and she created a new course. And if you're interested in like a walkthrough or done for you option, let me know. I'll get you that link. But it's basically whatever is going to be easiest for you. Because remember, WordPress websites, a good website, and we go over this in prior classes, a good website is not all about how pretty it is. It's about what it tells people that you're doing and who you help and how you help them. Okay, so let me go back and let's go to the next piece. So that's pixels. Okay, so you need to set up and find your pixel. And I'm going to show you quickly how to create a warm audience. Okay, what you're going to do is, let's get out of Pixel Helper. All right, Facebook Pixel. So you're in your Business Manager or Account Manager, and you're going to go to this tab over here on the left called Audiences. The easiest way to create a warm audience is, if you don't have your pixel, is to upload all the email addresses that you have. Okay, so you're going to do create a custom audience. Okay, you're going to create a custom audience, and you can choose a custom file, like website traffic. In order to do that, you have to have the Facebook pixel. We can do offline activity, engagement, etc. So we're going to create a customer file, and then I'm going to import. You can import from MailChimp. We're going to go to, let's say if we used ActiveCampaign. Okay, I'm going to go into ActiveCampaign, and I go to my list, and let's go to, like, we'll just go to right here, and I can do contacts, edit. It's right. I have to click on this guy, and then export. Okay. And then this will export a .csv file, and I would call this, client, like LeBauer, PT, prospective clients. Okay, I download that to, wherever my download files. I'm gonna put a little test. Okay, and then I download that. I go back to Facebook, and I do add customers from your own file or copy paste data. And then this is where I would upload the file that I just downloaded. Boom. And so these are people, when you do this, you create an audience that is, anyone who's already opted into your ebook, you create an audience with them. And then you're going to go back and download everyone who's your patient and create an audience for just your patients. And then you agree to Facebook's customer terms. And then you rename your thing here. You can click next. And then you map it. So last name, email, phone number. So this is the list name. We want maybe first name. So I would go down and say, okay, do I have the first name and first name? So I'm going to map first name. Okay. We can map last name to last name. Okay. So now Facebook's going to get these 4 things, and we would do upload and click upload and create, and that'll create an audience for you. So as you can see, I've got these audiences, and an audience, when you go to create a Facebook ad, will allow you to target your ad to an already warm audience. So this would be the ad. If you're going to ask people to inquire on your website, this would be the audience that you would want to serve that ad to. Okay, you're going to create a cold audience just in the Facebook ad when you're going to try to market your or sell or get people to convert into your blog post or your ebook. Okay, so that's how you create a warm audience, is you just export your emails and names from your email service provider or from your QuickBooks or from whatever database you have, and you create a Facebook ad of your patients or of your prospective patients, of anyone that's called your clinic and hadn't booked. You create warm audiences there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you really quickly how to set up a Facebook ad and what that means. All right, let me just go in here. Okay, we're going to do, I'm going to go into Ad Manager or my Power Editor. And this might look slightly different, but what you're going to do is you're going to create a brand new campaign. And you want to name it Test. Okay, campaign objective, traffic, lead generation, page likes, conversions. So conversions, so traffic is, well, you just want a bunch of people going to my blog post. Okay, conversions would be when I want to track people going to the blog post, not the blog post, sorry, the ebook, because I want to convert people. So this will serve more ads to people that actually hit your thank you page. So we're going to we'll set up the ebook one. We'll do conversions, create a new ad set. Ad set name is like test ad set, create new ad, test ad. And then, let's see, and I'll go next. So in Ad Manager, it'll be a slightly different, it's just the next. And you go in and, okay, so we don't need to do anything here. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna go, when you set up your ad set, okay, you'll edit. So if you're doing this in Power Editor, this is how it goes. In Ad Manager, it'll prompt you through to the next window. So in Power Manager, it just prompts you into this window. Okay, you're going to come in and say conversion event location. So I'm going to put in my thank you page. So that would be like lebauerpt.com/back pain thank you. Okay, whatever that page is. Oops, missing conversion event. Define a new custom conversion. No, I don't need that. Okay. Website. I think it's, it won't say that if you're using the, okay. Oh, conversion event. Hold on a second. There it is. Purchase or lead. You may have to go through, okay, there it is, website, conversion event location. All right, there it is. And then you're gonna come down and go $5. Boom, okay. And then you can adjust your budget, you can schedule the start, whatever, custom audience. This is where you would go in and create that LeBauer physical therapy patients. You can choose it. Or for this one, you're not using a custom audience. We're going to say everyone in the United States. Nope. We're just going to let's put our 319 Smyers Place, Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay, within 10 miles of there, and I'm going to go and choose. Well, my perfect patient is a woman who's 35 years old. So I'm going to put like 28 to 59. Okay. And then we can do detailed targeting. Who likes yoga? Yoga. And powerlifting, I don't know. Let's say powerlifting, CrossFit. There it is. So interests, and you see, so I've got 31,000 people who like yoga, powerlifting, CrossFit in Greensboro in this age bracket. And then we can do just automatic placements. You can go down and edit, and you can say, okay, not on Instagram or whatever. Just for now, just you wouldn't start with automatic. Okay. And then review draft items. So when you use Power Editor, you review stuff. Okay, there's an required field is missing. Which required field is missing? Anyways, and then to do your ad, I'll fix it in a second. All right, here you go. So what we're going to do is we got to create our ad, and this is the destination URL. So this would be lebauerpt.com/free back pain ebook, book. But you can't just create that. You got to go to like Lead Pages or Active Campaign and grab the URL of the, let's see, so of the landing page that you're using, and copy paste that over. Okay, so there's a lot of little pieces to this. I just want you guys to know, and I'm actually moving through it pretty quickly because we're almost at the end of our time. I didn't realize it was going to take so much time. So here we go. Let's see. I got a bunch of things on here. Next page. Okay, back pain report. So you just go to like back pain report Facebook ads. Okay, and we do publishing options. And I'm going to grab the URL, copy paste that into Power Editor. So here's, oops, publish. So here it is. I copy that. I paste it. When someone clicks the link in my ad, they go to a page that says this. So that would be this page. Boom. Oops. Boom. There we go. Okay. Now we need, text. So here's the preview. All right, text. Hi. Have you had trouble with exercising, walking, lifting, etc.? And that's the post. So you can't use back. Do you have back pain? Like Facebook doesn't like that. And they say free report for people or women or moms who want to stay fit and active. Okay. And you can say this free report is for all moms who have had trouble with their back since having kids. And it will show you what to do to fix it, or to stay healthy. Okay, we're good. And then what do we need? We need a picture, because this is just so let's go select an image. And I've already got images in here. We'll just select an image, but you can upload one, stock images. You can use stock images, which, I don't think they're that great. Let's see what happens when we send it back. So, you can choose a stock image, it's not the end of the world. They don't have text on them. So what I do, you can go and upload an image, search for it here, but let's just go back and go to my image library. So here's my image. Okay, so Facebook doesn't like zoomed in on the back. It likes the full picture. And then you can only have 20% of text. So there's a Facebook ad overlay. And you go here, the text overlay tool. Run all your images through this tool before you put them on the ad and you upload them. And let's see what happens if I go to, let's see if I add. Let's see if it shows up with one of my images. Well, it doesn't really quite do the search for me. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens when I pull in this image and just whatever this isn't, but it would say, oh, its image is okay. If I had a lot of text on there, it would say your ad won't run normally. They'll say text low. Your ad reach may be slightly lower. So you want it to be image okay. and then you upload it to here. And then we've got our, message to people, which this can be as long as you want. I mean, it can be, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So you can make a really nice image. It should be fairly straightforward. Call to action. This should be just like your website, where it should say who you are, what is wrong, and how we help, or what you're going to get. Okay. Down here, see, we've got the Learn More button. There are ways to see. Here's the call to action. You can change this button. We can do send message, apply now, book now. You don't want to do book now, contact us, download. You can try download, but most of the times Learn More is the best. It gets the best click-throughs because it's very soft. It's not saying you got a book. It's not saying you're going to download some dangerous thing. It's not going to apply for anything or anything like that. It's just Learn More. And then you go, and once you get the ad set up, you review and you press confirm. See, now there's no errors here. We confirm. And on Power Editor, it's uploading it. In Ad Campaign, it'll just send it directly to review. And that's it. Okay, so now it's pending review, and I'll get an email message when it's been approved. And you'll see in Facebook, you'll get a little notification that your ad was approved. And that's it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this guy while I'm at it. Just delete that dude. All right, so that's how to set up a Facebook ad. Does anybody have any quick questions? I got about 5 minutes for questions. And I know this was a lot of information. Talk about a fire hose. It is like, there's a lot to do here. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if you don't have some of these back-end strategies, so like Joshua, man, before you even think about Facebook ads, you got to get some of these back-end pieces taken care of. I'll answer some of the questions that are posted in here. So Jennifer asks, just to verify, creating a cold audience to warm audience, you can send an ebook via email. So to make a cold audience warm, you can email them to get to download your ebook. If you already have their email, they're warm. A cold audience is people that have no idea that you exist. Like the moms in Greensboro who lived 5 miles away, whose family earns, $80,000 to $180,000, who have 2 kids, who like yoga, powerlifting, CrossFit, and basket weaving. They're a cold audience. There might be 2 or 3 of those people that already know me, but in general, they're cold. When I email to them, so when I get them onto my website and they download an ebook, or when I Facebook advertise to them, or I advertise in Greensboro Moms Magazine, and they take action, they become warm. And then once they buy from me, they become, when they call, they become hot. And then when they buy from me, they became a customer. Let's see. And Nicholas, yes, these videos are available to view later on in the Facebook Mastermind group. Neil says, yes, I will be sending out a recording. The recording will be on Facebook as soon as it processes and I can get it uploaded. Jennifer asks, does Lead Pages help you create an ebook? Lead Pages may have something about creating an ebook, but that's not technically what Lead Pages does. Lead Pages is a pretty landing page that's really easy to set up so that you don't have to go to your web developer every time you get a new web page set up, where you can go in and just plug in links. So that's what Lead Pages does. It's an intermediary between the Facebook ad and your website, where people can land, and it's really pretty, and it's easy to set up. Who helps you to create an ebook? I do. I've got that training in the CashPT Blueprint, or we can do a training on ebooks, or I can post one in the group if that's something that you're working on. But the ebook is, think about the last time you spoke to one of your friends who lived across country, said, Jennifer, I'm having hip pain. What do I do about it? And you said, okay, here's the 5 things you do is, take a hot bath, stretch, exercise, sit on a ball, and if those things don't, or do some yoga, and if those things don't work, call a physical therapist. Write that out, find some pictures, turn it into a PDF, and that's your ebook. It's not, it doesn't need to be super complicated. The title is the most important thing, and the fact that it's an excuse for people to give you their contact info. So yeah, Jennifer, it's fairly simple and straightforward how to create an ebook. And we can go over it a little bit more in depth, or I can post it. If you post in the group, if you need more help or information on doing that, post in the group and I'll get you that info. All right, y'all. I know this is one of the ones with most of the information. Thanks for staying late. That we've had most of the information I've had in a long time. A lot of action steps. If we need a follow up, happy to follow up with this. We will post this in the group. And if you guys have follow-up questions, post them into the Mastermind group as well, and I'll get to all of them. When you get your Facebook ads set up, or if you have them set up, share them in the group or take a screenshot if you can't find the link. Let us see what you're doing, and I'd love to see what you guys are up to. All right, thanks, y'all. If you have follow-up questions, post in the group. I'll post this up later. And for Aaron LeBauer and LeBauer Consulting, this was Facebook ads, basically Facebook ads 101 plus 102 plus 103 all in one semester. Facebook ads 201 is going to be next time. See y'all later. Peace.